right, Rob, we're going to talk about company culture today and how adding wealth management to your accounting firm can impact company culture.
Great, let's do it.
All right, so let's just kind of briefly go over a couple topics I want to cover. One is how adding wealth management creates a growth mindset for your employees, and then also talk about how the shift from a compliance model, backwards thinking mindsets to a forward-focused future mindset culture can be shifted with the addition of wealth management services.
Sounds good.
Okay, Rob, let's get into topic number one. How does wealth management help you cultivate a growth mindset into your firm?
So, first and foremost, the compliance model that a lot of accounting firms, currently use is really backwards facing or really situational focused. So, we call that more of a defensive posture, right? We think that adding wealth management is much more of an offensive posture, and the future facing aspect of that is a few aspects. One is aligning yourself with services that resonate with your clients and with your employees, which should be able to make your employees more what's it called, efficient, and your clients more profitable. So by utilizing some of these new services such as wealth management, you're positioning yourself in a marketplace to be much more competitive against other folks that traditionally haven't.
Great. And, I think in touching on the growth mindset, can you provide a wealth management small step that can help cultivate that growth mindset, or an example?
Yeah, the one that really comes to mind is one that a lot of accountants go through every year when they're talking to clients. And we've used this example a few times, Rory, but when going through the tax return, trying to decrease that taxable income by maybe contributing to a retirement plan or to an IRA, traditionally that might just be sent to someone as a referral to set that up. That's a wonderful opportunity for you to be able to potentially convert that into a wealth management client, again, using this forward-facing model by partnering with a financial planner or a wealth manager.
Okay, so it seems what you're saying is just that one small step of getting a client into some type of retirement plan will allow you to adopt just that one wealth management service, which in turn can just set you on the path towards a wealth management firm.
Right, and we've talked about just starting with what you already know. We think that a lot of accountants have the knowledge base to speak knowledgeably to that one strategy. And so starting with that is just a really wonderful way to get the process going.
All right, Rob. And let's go to the topic number two. How does adding wealth management help you move from a compliance model backwards looking culture to an advisory model future focused culture?
Well, first by moving to this wealth management or incorporating that into your current suite of services, it's acknowledging that the industry is changing, right? And so you don't want to be in a situation where you are in denial that margins are decreasing on the compliance side. And this is also something that a lot of clients are expecting from their trusted advisors. So again, we're trying to be proactive as opposed to reactive. The compliance work, a lot of that, we've seen a lot of folks not price that properly. And so if you're in a reactive model, one, it can be very difficult to keep track of the time that you're spending to do that compliance work, and you're probably not charging in a correct manner to get max profitability. So by incorporating some of these other services, you can help to start to train your clients to come to you for needed advice and services that will be much more profitable for you and that they're also trying to look for.
Okay, Rob, that makes total sense. I think, adding these wealth management services allows you to provide more comprehensive services to clients, and they are seeking that type of advice. And so it's something that you can do and have a future-focused firm that can supply these services to these clients.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming back to the theme that we really think that the future value of your firm and of your revenue base is based around your relationship with the client. And as the client sees you as a single source of holistic financial advice, the more valuable and long-term that relationship is going to be, and thus be more profitable.
All right, let's move on to the next topic, Rob. How does adding wealth management foster a culture of collaboration? So let's talk about what that can do for a company culture and the environment of collaboration.
Right. So, the idea of a culture of collaboration is really across the board, right? So first and foremost, collaboration with your client. So a lot of the practices that we've talked about with the two-step meeting approach, trying to get your client to see that this is a team effort. You and your partner are teaming up for the betterment of their financial lives, and getting their buy-in to the process. So we think that taking some of these steps is going to help set you up to be able to set proper expectations for your client to be a team member with you, as opposed to you just being a service provider. The second is with your team, your employees. So, getting a culture of collaboration with your employees is really, really important. This can help decentralize decision-making. If you can be able to foster teamwork amongst your team and better communication, we'll talk about some software solutions that can potentially help with that, such as CRM or other things. But if you can build that culture of collaboration with your employees, we think even just a couple of really capable heads are much better than one. And we're very lucky today that there's a lot of different solutions to make that easier as opposed to previously. And then last, collaboration with other service providers. So this new holistic approach isn't just about you being everything to everyone. It's about you being a trusted resource for financial advice and bringing in the appropriate team members who may be outside professionals to help with that holistic picture. And we think that can be, one, very compelling to your clients, two, make it much easier for you to be able to do your job, and three, again, coming back to this idea of profitability, can be able to foster more collaboration, which means more clients, back and forth from your trusted partners.
I agree, Rob, and I highlighted a couple points. One, that collaboration allows you to now access tax documents. Instead of hunting down documents during tax season, you are collaborating within your firm, or you're collaborating with a wealth manager to have access to those documents. And it also, too, provides a better tax planning strategy for the client. It's more comprehensive and collaborative in that sense. And then, obviously, as we stated, there's increased revenue potential for referral services as you start rolling out these services.
Absolutely.
All right, Rob, let's go to the fourth topic, how adding wealth management services can have an effect on your culture from an employee and a client retention perspective.
Absolutely. So, building this culture of collaboration and trust, we think is vitally important for a firm of today and a future-facing firm. One, for employee retention, the first point would be this helps with leadership development. Second, it can, show them a path towards higher salary, higher compensation, because there are these added services and abilities to be able to monetize their work. And then third is, it makes your firm so much more efficient by decentralizing some of this decision making and empowering your employees to really help drive the success of your firm.
And you want to kind of touch on client retention, Rob?
Yeah. So if we're looking at client retention through that paradigm of the trust pyramid, we think that that is the most efficient way for you to build this collaborative culture with your clients. And if we truly believe that if you do that, your clients will be more informed. They'll also trust to tell you information when it becomes available without being judged. And you will trust your clients likewise do what you're trying to advise them to do as well. And if you build that company, that culture of collaboration with your employees, we think that sets you up for a wonderful situation to have a very long-term, profitable client experience.
Yeah, and I think also we can touch on the collaboration with outside experts, whether it's a financial planner or estate planning attorney or an insurance specialist, and how having that collaboration and that trust allows you to provide more comprehensive services to the client.
Absolutely. As you just stated, Rory, if you've got that culture of collaboration and trust, that opens up the world of this holistic financial planning universe for you and for your firm. Your clients may have things such as, student debt that they may need some assistance with. Certainly growing their wealth, which is, hopefully going to be another arrow in your quiver. Liability management, which is increasingly something that a lot of people need assistance with. So, by building some of these foundations of trust and collaboration, you're really setting yourself up for future success. And even if it takes a little bit of time, at the front end of these relationships, both with your employees and your clients, we think that it's going to pay off dividends in the long run.
All right, Rob, let me ask you then, how can an accounting firm adopt one of these wealth management strategies to provide an employee a small win and also provide more value to a client? Off the top of my head, I'm thinking of a corporate retirement planning or annuity review.
Yeah, absolutely. So, a lot of accounting firms have clients that are business owners. And if you're doing the tax and compliance work for that client and you're able to identify that they are company owners, a small but significant potential win is, training your employees to recognize that. Also training them on some of the basics of what a corporate retirement plan may be. And then, learning how to be able to incorporate that third party expert in that area. This could be a huge source of assets under management and a whole new revenue line item for your firm that may not necessarily require a tremendous amount more time or effort or capital on your firm's part. So, that's just one step that we think people can start to implement today, is just identifying some of those core clients and training some of your staff and your team on how to be able to convert that opportunity into a win.
Yeah, and speaking about converting, we have an annuity review program where there's a no-cost evaluation and to provide commission-free annuities, which we're able to review a client's annuities to see if we can put them in a better position. And that's just one small step that you can implement into your firm that can provide maybe an operations person with the ability to request annuities from clients and get them on the path to having that growth mindset getting a small win for that employee so they can start offering these services inside of your firm. So I think that's another example of providing a wealth management service from an employee to a client that can produce a small win, Rob.
Absolutely. And that's an excellent example, Rory, because a lot of annuities that have historically been sold to clients are high commission paying annuities. And today there are a number of non-commission annuity providers out there that can be able to lower the cost and also create that path towards wealth management, in that some of these annuities are potentially investable in the underlying cash values. So, again, I would reiterate what you just said, Rory. Training your staff to identify some of these opportunities, and then correctly how to be able to convert that opportunity into a win.
So that one small step of having someone review or get the annuities for review can lead to assets under management. What it does is I know it helps with employee retention, because you're giving somebody a new skill that they've learned and they can bring value to the company. And then it most definitely, as we know, helps with client retention. You're providing value to that client that they otherwise didn't know they could access by reviewing that annuity. Either they get something that's better, or that they know that they're in the best position possible.
Absolutely. And you're leveraging third-party professionals that will give you the best advice, and they are acting as a fiduciary as well. So again, these are small steps that we're suggesting that shouldn't scare anyone, because they're small steps, but you can be able to leverage some of the intellectual capacity from the third parties that you're partnering with to be able to show yourself in a much stronger light, and also be able to strengthen that sense of collaboration and trust.
Okay, Rob, and let's talk about our next episode, which is attracting and retaining talent. So if we can kind of tease the audience here on what that episode will entail.
Absolutely. So, one question that we get a lot from folks is, this all sounds great. I may not have the proper staff even to start with some of these smaller steps. And, we want to say, don't worry. There's plenty of smart and capable next generation people that are eager to be able to enter into the financial services world and are looking for a creative path to get there. So we're going to go over some concrete steps on how your firm can be able to attract and retain next generation talent.
Great. I like it, Rob. I look forward to the episode.
Look forward to seeing you, Rory.
All right. Great job today.
Thank you. Bye-bye.